In today's video, I'm going to talk about a topic that a buddy of mine, Jason Peduzzi, messaged me about. And Jason's been a big help of mine, I guess going on over 2 years now. The guy's awesome. He sends me ideas all the time for videos. He's been in recovery for over 2 years. And what's interesting about him is that when he watches certain topics that come in, certain stories that he can relate to and advise, he will contact me and ask me if he can help certain people that I'm talking about. And then of course I'll write to the person and say, hey, I got somebody here who's been in a very similar situation that wants to reach out. Not be like a counselor type thing, but be there as a friend and, just share experiences. And he's done that for me and for other people. And he's just a really good dude. And the topic he brought up with me was about the fear that people have of disclosing a dependency or an addiction to painkillers. Now, the reason people get scared, they're afraid that if it came down to an emergency and in their medical file they have announced that they have a substance abuse problem, that doctors will not treat them with pain medications because of their past or prior issues with those pain medications. Now, this is something that I have to make very clear. I am not a medical professional. I am not giving medical advice right now. But what I want to share is my opinion on this subject because it happened to me. Okay, this is something that I have experience with. All right. Now, when I got clean, I went to the emergency room, right? I documented that in my story. When I went into the emergency room, I had suicidal thoughts. I wanted to kill myself. They put me in a lockdown. They started pretty much the withdrawal process right then and there. I had, security outside. I was in my own room because I was a hot mess. Not just going through withdrawal, but I was verbally nasty to anyone who went to the room. No nurses wanted to deal with me. The doctor who was treating me was actually a good friend of my mother's, who worked at that hospital and still does for over 30 years. And she was able to convince my doctor. Now, I'm not going to give names because this is actually not really allowed, but was able to influence his decision on not allowing me to have any comfort meds, like Ativan and stuff like that. So I went through a cold turkey detox in the hospital when there was other options available, but my mother wanted me to suffer through it. And I respect her and love her for that now. During the time, it's part of the reason why I was so nasty. Okay? Now, being documented in that hospital, them having documentation of me having an addiction to painkillers, being suicidal. They sent me to the mental health facility where I was in there for 6 days. It's still blurry, but I think it's documented as 6 days. And then from there, I went on to treatment. I went to Salvation Army, which is rehabilitation, it's a free rehab / homeless shelter in Manhattan. So you hear Manhattan and you think, oh, this dude's got money. No, I didn't have a pot to piss in. The people in there are, they're picking themselves up. They don't have anything. I didn't have any means to anything. No insurance, no money, thousands of dollars in debt. And I mean thousands of dollars in debt. And just a whole shitload of mess that I created. All right, so I didn't have anything. I walked in there with the clothes I had on my back and that was it. All right. But the documentation was there. Okay, I openly admitted an addiction to prescription painkillers. And I was treated in a hospital, 2 hospitals, and released. Now, so technically in my medical record, it's well documented that I have an issue with substance abuse because I was open about the fact that I was an alcoholic and a drug addict. Okay? Now, you fast forward from that time to 2014. Now, in 2014, August 31st, I was rushed to the hospital for multiple pulmonary emboli, which is blood clots in the lungs. I thought I had 2, but I had 3. Okay, we were looking at the paperwork. There was actually 3 pulmonary embolisms in my lung. 2 in my left, 1 in my right. and I had a deep vein thrombosis in my left leg, which is another blood clot in my leg. Now, the pain that was influenced on me was insane. I've never felt pain like that in my life. I felt literally like I was being stabbed in the chest. Okay? I didn't think I was going to make the hospital. I didn't think I was going to see my son. My daughter wasn't born yet. I thought that was it. Okay? Terrified. Now, the amount of pain was excruciating. Since I've gotten clean, I've never had any issues with just taking a Tylenol, ibuprofen, or whatever for pain. Okay? I've had some injuries. I knew what those drugs are capable of doing. The painkillers didn't even want to cross that road. I had teeth pulled and suffered through it. Okay? See? That tooth's gone. But I didn't take painkillers. I suffered through it with Advil. Now, this particular instance, I was in the hospital bed in excruciating pain, couldn't sit still. They had to run tests on me. My mother was there. Okay, I made sure my mother was there because she is a medical professional. She's a nurse. She's an RN for a long time. She's been around the block many, many times. She knows addiction and dependency extremely well, and I needed her there. Okay, I needed her next to me just to make sure I didn't do anything stupid. Now, during the process, I had the doctor come in. I explained to him, listen, I don't want anything. Don't give me any pain meds, nothing. And he explained to me, he said, you need pain medication right now. I need to run tests on you. This is life or death. If I don't get the right tests done, you might not be here. So what do you want to do? And I told him, all right, and I'm looking at my mother, and she's like, you need it. Just take it. She's like, you need to take this stuff, and we'll make sure that that's it. So I feel like I'm playing Russian roulette, right? So I'm like, shit, I got to take this stuff. I'm scared about what's going to happen, but right now I need it. And the funny thing is that when you take pain medication like you're supposed to, and you're in extreme pain, you don't even realize you're taking anything. There's no high, there's none of that. It just numbs some of the pain. So I felt completely normal, still in excruciating pain. It numbed some of it so I could stay still for the tests. But besides that, there was no threat. Okay? But the bottom line is that when you are in an emergency situation and you are in extreme pain, they're going to give you painkillers. Okay? If it's there's times where you're in so much pain that it can cause you high blood pressure, cardiac arrest, you can go into a coma. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff that can happen because of the stress of the pain. So if they feel like it's a danger to your health, they're going to put pain medication on you so your body can relax, your blood pressure can drop, and you can be safe. Okay? That makes sense. I don't know if you can go into a coma, so don't quote me on that. Obviously, I'm not a medical professional. But the bottom line is, do not gauge your future on a fear that you will not be able to be treated with pain medication in case of an emergency. The bottom line here is, you need to live for right now. Who knows if you ever have an accident ever again? So why hold that over your head and say, well, I can't quit because if I quit, they're going to have it documented and I'll never be able to be treated. Like, why have that over your head and control your life in the present moment now? Why not get better now? It's mind-boggling to me. Think about it. If you get better now, all that other stuff might not ever happen. You might not ever have an injury or an accident where it will cause you to have pain medication. And like I said, if you're in extreme pain and you have a legit injury, they're going to give you something to relax you. Okay, it's up to you whether you want to take it or not. But the bottom line is, it's not a relapse if you take it as prescribed and you are in extreme pain. Okay? I mean, I took it for, I don't even remember how long it was. It was a very short amount of time. And it was only to get the tests done and to keep me comfortable. Besides that, I mean, after they found out what it was, they put me on the blood thinners, the pain started to subside a good amount. It wasn't like it was when I woke up and I thought I was going to die. So the bottom line here, I keep saying bottom line, is do not let the fear of being cut off from a chance of taking prescription painkillers in case of an emergency from holding you back from getting clean now. Your life matters right now. If you stay on the road you are on, you might not even make it to your next accident, if that makes sense. You might overdose, die, be in an accident because of the drugs, okay? So do not let it hold you back from getting clean because of fear of not being treated for an accident that might not ever happen. You get the gist what I'm saying? And Jason brought this up, and it was a great topic because I have experience with this, and I know the fear of it, and I had to go through it. So I have experience with this situation, and it's something that is very real, okay? I know a lot of people, when they know they're going to have treatment done or surgery or whatever, they're scared. I mean, they email me, they're like, I don't know what the hell to do. Like, I'm freaking out about the pain. I'm like, just relax. Let everything happen. Go through the surgery and whatever you need. And if you need medication, okay, to be okay, to be able to survive this situation, and it becomes, if the pain is so unbearable you can't handle it, take something. In most cases, you won't need to. All right. When I got my tooth pulled, it hurt like hell. I mean, it was seriously very painful, but nowhere near on the same scale as the pulmonary embolisms. Not even close. I mean, I thought that was painful. I got through without pain meds. The pulmonary emboli, I seriously thought I was being stabbed. So there's different things you got to weigh and gauge your own pain, okay? So that's bottom line. Very long video, very important topic. Wanted to hit on it. Thank you, Jason Peduzzi, for hooking me up. He did allow me to use his first and last name because he's cool like that. And he's very open about his recovery as well. So, if you'd like to write in and share your story, you can email me at ryan@compsupport.com. In the subject line, put YouTube story, my story. Let me know if you want to use your first or last name or stay anonymous. I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. I have a lot to do and a lot to get done still. So leave a comment for Jason for hooking me up with topics, and check out some more videos. Thanks.